Number 13, last presentation, and the stage is yours.
Thank you very much. So let me introduce you our project, which is the integration of data from a small company called AMIPA. And now my team, so it's Petr Rychlar, Vlas Kochman, and me. And now Vlas will tell you something a little bit more about the company.
The company AMIPA was founded in 2003 when it's focused primarily on direct sale of books, so kind of door-to-door sale. The aim of this is deliver books to end customer in the most convenient way possible. There's a person's visited by representatives and to offer books to wide range of customers at unbeatable the best price on the market. The network of sales representatives cover the entire Czech Republic. Today, the company also has a shop and a cover shop.
That being said, the most important part of a company are its people. So for us, the most important stakeholders are Mr. Pavel and Mrs. Eva. Pavel is the owner of the company, it's a business leader, and he's most interested in his supply issues because he has a lot of books staying on for a long time in his warehouses, and he would like for us to give him some more insight into that. And he would also like to have some kind of machine learning to predict prices of books he's buying, so he can have some kind of better negotiating position with the salesman he's dealing with. And then Eva has a problem mostly with invoices, because when she wants to issue an invoice, she has to open 2 Excel tables, find IDs of the books by their names, then find values that she has for these books, then rewrite them between these tables, subtract them, and then she maybe has the right value if she did everything right. So she wants the solution to be automated and precise.
So thank you. Now I would like to follow up on what Jonas said. So actually, you see workflow on the current state before our project that was in AMIPA. First thing you can see that they export data from Pohoda to Excel source. Then they have Excel source that have manually data of commission goods, and they need to merge this data together. Then when data are merged, they need to do some calculation or mappings or so. Then if everything is successful, then the required info is in our client have their infos. As you see, this is really difficult and time-consuming, so that's why we came with our integration solution. Another problem that is in AMIPA company is that there is a lot of books that have been bought, but these books are still left in stock. That means that they have no process for planning or predictions. So we also see this problem here. There was also one special request from AMIPA to us to find some simple solution how to find corresponding branches, suppliers to entered titles that will enter actually user. So we was trying to deal also with this. So we came up with our solution that automate and consolidate data from AMIPA, and on the end it leads to recreating the whole old workflow. On the end, our customer have reports that can give him nice answers, and he can see these answers graphically and also numerically. Then we came up also with a solution of some, let's say, search engine, and this search engine was built in Power BI, and as I said that it's it's working on input of the user, and if the user will input title of the book, it will lead to corresponding data that user needs. On the end, our solution consists also of a predictive model. So this is really important, we believe, because our solution gives not just tool to see if the suppliers and how supplier is in comparison to other supplier, so how they perform, but it leads also to our client can see if the purchase of the books is a good idea or not based on historical data.
So you can see here, our solution starts at the pixel files. That is where the data is stored right now in the company. And then the data is prepared. It's cleaned and filtered to ensure the overall quality and integrity. Then there's the integration step. So the data is integrated into our final data warehouse, from which the users can call upon the data and request specific functions to serve in their daily business activities.
So here are our tools. Our project is built on Microsoft technologies. So for Excel data that are loaded to SQL Server integration services, then they are transformed and loaded to Management Studio, and the database in Management Studio is connected to Power BI. For prediction, we had used Python, Matplotlib, and sklearn.
There is our final report. The report shows the performance of the supplies. Above we see basic financial data of the left. We see a filter that allows us to filter data over time or by supplies. The report comprised on communication goods that have been sold from a given supplier and they have left us in stock.
Part of our solution is also a machine learning algorithm that is used to predict prices of books, as was said before. It will be used to predict prices of books for future acquisition. And generally, it uses the historical data from the company, so the sales data. And then we've managed to download some additional categories from the books from the Czech book database. And the algorithm uses multi-input linear regression and is written in Python. And as you can see in here, which is predicted values versus tested values, you can see it's not performing that very good. It performs good in a relatively small interval. So what we need to do here is gather more data by selling books and maybe even buy some, because we would definitely need more data.
And the final thanks to search engines and the dashboard, I can find the answer very easily with 1K. Thanks to the predictions, Pavel sees that when it comes to historical books, they should be preferred, or in the predictions the best will be passed on. And the decisions about logistics, supplies, and higher level thanks to new knowledge. And the Pavel do not have to spend hours with Excel. There are no misinterpretations and errors as in the part when data and the solutions were not integrated. Thanks to predictions and dashboard, they have a clear directions and in which suppliers to prioritizations.
Okay, so thank you for your time, your attention, and there is a space for some discussion.
Thank you very much. Do we have questions? Do we? So I have a question. You said that you will minimize some routine work. Do you have some examples?
Yes, something I was talking about, it's the overlooking over the Excel tables, because it's all done manually. She has to literally search the book name, then find the ID, then go to other table, find that same book, then all the references, summarize them and everything. It's all done by hand, and it's really not precise. So she makes a lot of mistakes, and then she has to repair the invoices, and so on and so on.
Get it? So the sources are the Excel files. Are you able to read PDFs, for example?
Not in this case, because we just had the Excel files.
Okay, thank you. Other questions? Okay. So thank you very much.